The boys is in the bushes indeed. You know, Atanganji, eh? Oh God, that man. My fellow patriotic Ambazonians, is January 31st, 2021, and welcome to today's Ambazonia Press Hour, your favorite Sunday 8 p.m. Amba time news program. This is the show where we review statements released throughout the week by President Dr. Sako, as well as other events from within our liberation struggle. As we are a courageous and honorable people, it is another great day to be Ambazonia. I'm your host, Dr. Gwambe, and as always, I'm joined by my esteemed colleagues, the Press Secretary, Dr. Yaya, and the Press Secretary, our favorite patriotic brother, Walter. Dr. Yaya, welcome home. How are we passed?
Thank you, our able host. We thank God for being alive. Yeah, greetings, Ground Zero. It's always a pleasure to be connected to you or with you. Yeah, so we look forward to having the next 2 hours, full of stuff. Please share and invite and populate the scene. Thank you.
Press Secretary Walter, now no. How Sunday, how weekend go?
Well, I at each time to be together and actually to meet my fellow colleagues, especially those on Ground Zero, just to continue to encourage them and telling them to be steadfast and courageous. So we just want to acknowledge the presence of everybody and to thank them again and to welcome them once more for the most popular program of theirs, the Press Hour. So we just want to remind them that this program has come to stay, and this is one of the way to have direct connection, one-on-one with the president, and to disseminate information that are genuine, coming directly from the presidency for their collective courtesy. So we just want to acknowledge each and everyone who is viewing us today and say just exercise some patience and remember that the phone line will always be open and at any time you can always send your message. We will get back to you. This is our struggle and we must arrive to the end. Just want to thank my other colleague, Comrade Dr. Yaya, and also our able anchor person, Comrade Dr. Ngwabe, as well as all the technicians at the background. So once more, thank you and welcome.
Yes, Ambazonians, we are in a state of liberation. And because we're in a state of liberation, I always like us to take a moment of silence to remember the boys in the bushes who we've lost, the boys in the city who we've lost, and all the other people who have been murdered by La Republique and our fallen heroes. So a moment of silence, please. This moment of silence is in memory of Fon Blaise, for Saleh Saddam, who are two of our teenagers, our Ambazonian teenagers, who were murdered on January 24th and 25th last week in Old Town. This moment of silence is also in memory for one of our favorite sons. This is none other than Honorable Daniel Teko, also known as Daniel Cool, who was our ambassador to the United Nations in New York. We, the Ambazonians, thank you for your service, Honorable Danny Cool. May the souls of our dear, beloved children, mothers, our brave restoration forces, and all servants of Ambazonia, may they rest in peace and strength. Now let's get to work. President Sako released an audio this week titled Enough is Enough. In the audio, he discussed the indefinite lockdown in Bamenda, aka Abakwa, and the message we Ambazonians are sending to French Cameroon and the international community. Our producer at large, Comrade Oben, I beg, run the tape.
Fellow Ambazonians, my dear country people them for Ambazonia, my dear country people them for Bamenda, I salute all. This message now for all Ambazonia restoration forces for inside Bamenda and around Bamenda. This message now for all Christian and all Muslim, all people the way they fear God. This message now for all people them where they don't lost their pikin them, where they don't kill them, where the Republic don't kill them. La Republic they shoot them now, they kill them anyhow, any pikin where they see them, any boy where they see them, they call us say Operation Phantom. Now for kill all them so that make them crush Amazonia. This message now for every family, every papa, every mommy, every sister, every brother where you don't lost your brother where they kill them. This message now for every market man, market woman, where they don't seal your shop, they don't force you, take money from you. Say you because you don't open your shop for Monday. And right now they don't even lock some shop there. Now for every Benzikin driver, where you know fee work again for inside town, you not giving away for chop because of this illegal colonial deal them and delegate them where they don't decide for make life hard for we inside war. Here, this one indefinite lockdown where it start for Friday. It start for Friday. All we no wanna hear this message. This indefinite, this lockdown, it start for this Friday 29 of January until we'll tell when it go stop. This lockdown, it start for Friday morning time until we tell when it go stop. And every Monday we will bring the result for the thing that we don't ask them. Say may the colonial government do them. We will tell the result and wait till we don't decide concerning the lockdown. If we go give a window within the week where we go out, go do business, go find bread for ourselves, for come back, we go give another window. But when I will get information only from Monday, now when I will get more information from the interim government. Now I want to tell you now why we must start this indefinite lockdown, because enough is enough. Because La Republic, their agenda now for kill all we picking them. Or now they kill them everywhere. When I say when I don't see them, Bamenda they bleed, Bamenda they mourn. They kill we picking the way they don't do nothing. They say they catch the way they smoke for some place, they kill them. You know how many of that place the way they smoke where they for Mvomeka, where they for Yaounde, for you there for Douala, for Kululu, you there for all side, where they smoke all side. How many times army don't go for there, immediate people that smoke, he kill them all. This one agenda, now Operation Phantom, where La Republic, you don't start and for say they want to kill all we boy picking them everywhere, all over the place, so that made them crush Amazonia. So we start deals with indefinite lockdown with mourning this weekend. We want to dedicate them for the people the way they don't kill them. We want also dedicate this lockdown for the store the way they don't lock them illegally because they don't operate for Monday. We then say where they get army tank and body armor, they no fee operate freely for Monday. But they want to say, maybe we are mamida, or papa, or brother, or sister, they made them operate for Monday. Made them get, men and they get problem. They don't run for their offices, them. They no fee be for them. But they want to say, make we disobey. We go for inside store for Monday. And they don't lock people their store, they no fee even open them, even take chop or buy chop. That store they must open all. I don't hear say colonial illegal delegate don't try for open some. You know go open some, leave some. You know go open some, you say okay, they go glad now. No. If thief man enter inside my house, he thief my thing there all. He come, they can't give me the thing then one by one. Me I no go thank you. So I don't thank you at all. I want tell una say Enough is enough. This lockdown must continue. You must stop. This colonial government must stop all the money where they take them from we. Best King, they go for inside town, you will go pay toll gate 3,000 francs for one day. How much you go work? Which kind of slave that? How many people then they pay that kind of toll gate for Douala? How many did they pay am so for Yaoundé? How many did they pay am so for Vomeka? Which kind of suffer that? Which kind of slavery that for inside our own country? That toll gate must stop. That toll gate must stop. They store the way they lock them, they must open them. The one the way they don't open them because they don't take bribe, they don't take money where they force with people for pay the money before they open their store. They must return that money, and we need the evidence. Say they don't return that money before we go stop this lockdown. And listen, if you be Christian, pray for your house for Sunday. Whether you be which kind Christian, pray for your house for Sunday. If you be Muslim, pray for your house for Friday. Because of this lockdown. If you be say you know they on the side of La Republic where it kill we, then you go understand why we must mourn. You go understand why we cry. You go understand why anybody will the torment with people them with mommy them papa them for market. That means say this now we're not devil and say why this suffer must stop. If you know if you know hear this order, that means say you be against we. Everybody must follow this order. Total lockdown, no Ben Sikim outside. Because you dey in solidarity with the one the way, they not feel circulate again. No taxi outside because na total lockdown. No movement into and outside Bamenda. Okay, but I don't hear say some stranger they will come up for Rome. Where they call it say Cardinal Pietra. He one can church for Bamenda. Unfortunately, you know the come na for come on with we. You know the come na for come know why they kill we and what if for do for stop this stop. It come na for church. Maybe some people they feel escorty come when na La Republic terrorists. But Ambazonia Restoration Forces hear my voice. Maybe when I not attack that convoy. When I leave the man, make he enter, make he go. Because na disgrace. Say since where they kill we for 4 years, he pope in order talk anything for force La Republic, for stop this genocide. But he won't come for Bamenda where they still kill we don't die now more than 20,000. He kind of go church. Make he enter that church you want. Because he don't come now for cry die. He don't come meet away for cry die. Yes. If he come meet away for cry die, we not go leave cry die. Go tell you say go greet you as if thing the day normal. Thing they don't know normal. We day for morning. So the morning continue to Sunday. Stay inside your house. Because I want to say, make that man, make it go for that church. May he start ask and say, now what did it happen? Then they will tell you the story where no one tell you. Because they be tell you the truth, he no will come for inside Bamenda. He instead talk na church, he fly going back. Instead for can know exactly where did he kill 20,000 people then for inside this country. So everybody stay for house. Restoration Forces make sure say you not allow any flesh and blood come on, even walk our foot, say they go for inside that church. Or they go for any place, or they walk out for road. Total dead silence. Dead silence. Dead city. Total lockdown. Nothing the enter Bamenda, nothing the come for Bamenda. The only people where we authorize them for Sunday, now that man he convoy we go come. We no go attack him in any way. We go allow him for come in, go out. If you go come now by air, we no go shoot him. If we allow him make he come in, he go out. Now say day. But no man no go day for tell you say welcome. And if you come out say you want go against the lockdown for any reason, Restoration Forces take note. Take note. take note and make sure, say nobody no break our law. Nobody no try for pretend say we know the mon. Nobody no try for pretend say our people no be oppressed. Nobody no try for pretend say they know this colonial government, you know, they try for suffer we inside this war or say the war don't finish. Stay indoors. If you don't ever go against ghost town, no try for this one. If you don't ever go against lockdown, no try for this one from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We continue. By Monday, we'll give you update for ABC about what way with the colonial government don't comply with and what will happen next. If they never comply, we'll give on the information we will get them, which the way we will get a break, and then we'll continue. Because we will continue until this government for La Republique, this colonial government for La Republique, you know, say, this country now will country. This country now Ambazonia. This country now Southern Cameroon. Southern Cameroon now for Southern Cameroonians. La Republique now for La Republican. Thank you very much. Abakwa, Bamenda, and Norway. No, we make sure say we stand our ground. God bless the Federal Republic of Ambazonia.
I know hear you.
Sorry about that, folks. I was showing what do they call it? Meeting etiquette, where you mute yourself while something else is playing in the background, so you're not interrupting the show. So my apologies. So as I was saying, Dr. Ya and Comrade Walters, when you listen to President Sako's speech and you watch the video of our young brothers and sisters protesting in the streets, you recognize that enough is indeed enough, as Dr. Sako titled his presentation for the week. You know, ghost towns, aka Country Sundays, are a unique form of civil disobedience where Ambazonians get to show French Cameroon and the international community that though Mr. Biya can rig elections to fool the world that he has popular support, in Ambaland, we have no love for him or the forced unity he is killing our people to preserve. Dr. Yaya, what is your opinion about the importance of Country Sundays as a pledge to liberty by the average Ambazonian in Ground Zero?
Absolutely, a very, very powerful tool. You know, you have a lot of people, or a lot of our own actually, will say, oh, I don't like violence, I don't like the killing. And this is what they forget. We started this resistance with complete, total civil disobedience. There was no violence, there was no confrontation, there was no attacks except from the colonial genocidal military forces. So this is a very, very powerful yet peaceful message to the world and to La République du Cameroon government that we mean business. And we've seen this across history. In the days of Martin Luther King, he was a champion for peaceful disobedience. And you had Mahatma Gandhi, and all those other great names who actually followed the path of peaceful resistance. Until we were forced, to step up the game and defend ourselves. So it is a very powerful tool. A lot of us, of course, it causes a bit of discomfort, some discomfort, a lot of discomfort, I should say, to our people. But we should not miss the message, and we should not let our distractors use that message, and twist it around to say we're causing pain to ourselves. The president actually explained why we're doing this, because this is the mess. It's a very powerful message. It seems like a stupid thing to do. It seems weak, but it is telling the people who is in charge. So we know who owns the land. When the president talks to his restoration forces and he says, "Listen to my voice, restoration forces, hear me." That is a very, very, very sound message he's sending, and our restoration forces did listen to him, and we're so proud of them. And that's why we keep saying, Ground Zero, you are our true heroes. So it's just marvelous. That's the most powerful weapon we actually have in this revolution. Thank you.
We have always been the civil partner in the history of that fake union with French Cameroon. We've always been the people who use the force of argument, and they just don't listen. French Cameroon, CPDM, Mr. Bia, they just never listen. I mean, those of us and those of you out there, my fellow Ambazonians who are parents, all of us know that you cannot, if you have a recalcitrant child, a child that misbehaves all the time, you can't always talk to them and be pleading with them. Eventually, you get for kong na head, you get for nyate da ear, you get for slap them. I mean, that's all you did, and that's exactly what we're forced to do. Comrade Walters, as the president said, enough is enough. Bamenda they bleed, Bamenda they mourn. Then they kill our Pekin them for nothing. La Republique's agenda is to kill our children. French Cameroon killed those 4 teenage boys and claimed it was because they were caught smoking in a building, Comrade Walters. The president reminded us that French Cameroon soldiers have not been heard to kill French Cameroon teenagers who are also smoking in their towns of Yaoundé, Douala, Bafoussam, etc. How clear is it in your mind and in the mind of our fellow Ambazonians that enough is enough, and we will not share a country with these French Cameroon bloodsuckers?
When you listen to the president and his explicit in regards to this very unfortunate act that happened in Bamenda, you will actually come to understand that the president is the kind of person who is actually in touch with Ground Zero. As soon as that incident happened, the president was already out with members of his cabinet to discuss and to see exactly how they can find a solution to that issue. The president has actually made it very clear that this week is a week of mourning because he understands the impact of such a untimely death. What is more touching to us is that the excuse that they gave about what is happening and the reason as to why they kill these innocent children, you can actually see that these are people who are heartless. These are people who have no feeling for human dignity. It seems as if they have betrayed, they have lost their conscience. If somebody says they saw some people taking smoking in a particular area, we ask ourselves, if you were killing people because they smoke, why don't you also exercise this kind of killing all over the 10 provinces? Because we know very well that anywhere in these 10 provinces, you will find people smoking and drinking. So it's to tell you exactly how they have a mission on this land. This mission is not a mission that is starting today. It's just that we were quick to realize the hidden agenda. That is why we decided to say, no, we have to protect ourselves. We have to guide our land. And you can see how they are exposing their actual mind and their actual attitude towards us. The agenda is to actually eradicate everybody within this land. And then
Yeah.
gradually, those who are coming here now to inherit this land will be foreigners who will now take themselves as the actual uh, inhabitants of this land. If you want to see what I'm saying more glaring, is the issue like what happened in Britain when they went over to what we call Australia. The Aborigines, before they discover, they had lost their land. The same thing today, even in the United States, the Red Indians realized that they were no more having the space. But God forbid, we are not going to take that with this modern time. The president has made it very clear that restoration forces take note. Now, at the moment, even those who could not see the reality, I'm very sure that everybody now is very aware. And now I am sure that the approach towards the restoration of our statehood is going to be different. It's going to be different. And we are not going to emphasize on how things are going to be, but we just want to assure the population, we just want to assure our people that things are not going to be the same. I think we are people who believe in gentle approach. But when you are pushed in a way that you no longer have a way out, after we have exhausted all possibility to see that we take a peaceful way to resolve our problem and to live in a language of our own, you can see the answer that they are given to us. Consequently, we are now well ready and understand what we have to do better. Thank you.
The president referred to the I guess the code name that French Cameroon is using to carry out these atrocities on our people. He referred to it as a Operation Phantom, and all of us know that a phantom is like an apparition, is like a ghost. And when you think about it, the way La Republique has been operating in the killing of our people, it has been like a phantom. They come in clandestinely, they kill our people, and then they disappear, and then they try to blame it on Ambazonians. So I think that is a really apt moniker for what La Republique is doing. They're in Operation Phantom to kill all of our people. So, Dr. Yaya, in the president's statements, he dedicated this lockdown to the owners of the stores that have been illegally locked by the colonial administrators. The French colonial administrators want our people to operate stores to generate income that will pay colonial taxes that will be used by French Cameroon to butcher, maim, and rape Ambazonian children, mothers, and our men. Last, Comrade Oben, I don't know if you have the video up about one of our mothers who was in the market. Last week we saw one of our brave mothers, or should I say mother sisters, in Bamenda market, boldly telling the appointed stooge French Cameroon mayors of Ambaland that they are being driven from their offices because the people of Ambazonia did not vote for them. One of the slogans leading up to the American Liberation War against Britain in 1776 was "No taxation without representation." Dr. Yaya, what sense does it make for Ambazonian people to open their stores and then pay taxes to a colonial government whose stooges do not represent our aspirations and aid in the killing of our people?
Absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense. I mean, that is just terrorism. That is subjugation. You name it. Because they've got a lot to do in their land, in neighboring La République du Cameroon. There is so much to be sorted out there. There's anarchy reigning there. There is poverty. There is a lack of good schools. They have so much to worry about in La République. So they should leave Ambazonia for Ambazonians. We cannot be forced to pay tax, like you rightly said, to a government that uses the money to commit genocide against us just for being Southern Cameroonians and standing for our rights. So it absolutely makes no sense for that to happen. And this is one thing our people have to understand. Yes, there is the pain of giving up your business or making as much gains as possible. But look at it this way: there is more pain even to the enemy who uses that to his advantage. Look at the taxes they impose on our people. A bike rider, for example, and this is supposed to be most often university graduates who ends up doing being a bensikina because there are no there are no jobs, no opportunities, and you tax that person to pay $3,000. Sorry, 3,000. What is that? Your funny money. Anyway, we don't want to call it France CFA. It's not realistic. So this is very clear. This is what should I say, a government, a terrorist government that is just out to extort, from the poor. And we're telling them, do that in your country. Put the toll gates in your country. Impose on your lazy people, to open shops all day long. We don't have a problem with that. But for us on a land in Ambazonia, in southern Cameroon, we're saying Mondays are country Sundays, which means complete ghost towns, and our people respect that to the core. And you see them using all sort of fraudulent methods to push our people into this. They even go as far as bribing them. Some of them, again, when we say them, we know that we have a lot of infiltrators amongst us. Everybody who has a shop in our territory is not necessarily Southern Cameroonian. So let us be aware of all the statistics. So they go as far as bribing them to keep those shops open on the Mondays in order to show to the world that that defiance is no longer there. But we know the truth. We see women who stand up boldly, standing for their rights and actually defying this corrupt system that is trying to impose itself on a different land. Thanks.
Dr. Yeah, freedom fighters all over the world and in history are the inspiration of Ambazonian people from Somaliland, Eritrea, and especially the United States of America. These are our inspiration. To French Cameroon and its kleptocratic government, I say to them, as the Americans said to the British, no taxation without liberation. Comrade Walter, actually, brother Oben, I don't know if you have the video available of the. Actually, no. Hold on to that. Hold on to that thought. Let me bring this one up for Comrade Walter. Comrade Walter, President Sako, how our dear brothers, the Ambazonian Ben Sikin riders, these people are the ultimate hustlers in Amba land, are taxed on the road 3,000 francs CFA per day from the colonial thief, from what I call the colonial thief collectors, in order to pass through town. Our president asked if such toll gate taxes are demanded from French Ben Sikin riders in French Cameroon towns. Brother Walter, is what is good for the goose not good for the goosey Pekin name? But then again, when you look at it, French Cameroon refers to us as l'ennemi dans la maison. They refer to us as Biafrans, Nigerians. Personally, I'm proud that they see us as being like those who live on the other side of the Akpa Yefe River, because our Niger brothers and sisters are no nonsense, take no shit people. And that's who we Ambazonians are. We're like that. No nonsense, no take shit people. What do you say about this, Comrade Walters?
For sure. You see, the issue of taxes, you can understand here that it's as a result of the bankruptcy which they are facing. It tells you that this war has actually drained them a lot. They never expected that they were going to go for over even 6 months. But now we are getting into the 5th year of this war. So La Republic has actually exalted all ideas. Financially, they are extremely destroyed. So now they are being so frustrated and they felt that they can put the burden but on us. There can be no taxation without representation. To start with, these people that they are expecting us to pay tax, you pay tax. And when you pay the tax, you have to see the result of what the taxes you are paid. Tell me the whole of Bamenda and all the outlets, one good road. I mean, one. Where is it? Look at all the hospitals. Which of it can you call a hospital? None. Pipe-borne water is even so sad. If not just so, God has just blessed us that we have natural springs that we could fetch water and take care of our domestic issue, tell me, would have been in hell. Electricity, after 2 seconds, it is off. That is, it's so inconsistent. Then this tax that you are collecting from people, you are distorting from people, is for what? What is even sad about it is that this money that they collect is not going to the coffers of Southern Cameroon in order to run their affairs. It goes to the individual pockets. And so give us reasons why we have to continue to pay this tax. So these are the things that people can see that we have a reason to rise. We have a reason to put an end to this. And that's why the president drew our attention to remind us, because the information had come to his desk that this is exactly what these colonial intruders are doing. The other day, we heard that in Matterson, where they usually stand there and collect this tax, they were visited. And I want to tell them that, as I'm repeating, the approach this time is not going to be the same. This time, we are not going to talk things over the air. But they say actions speak louder than words. Everybody from the nooks and crannies in the Republic of Southern Cameroon, they can now understand what is going on. So I want to believe that henceforth, we are not going to take anything now for Safarito. It's going to be a full-scale liberation, and we are ready to pay the price.
Indeed, I see this our mother, speaking so bravely in that crowd and addressing the pharaoh, the Egyptians of our time, and I'm very proud of our Ambazonians in ground. They make me proud all the time, all the time. Comrade Oben, I don't know if you are in a position where you can bring up the next video. This is with regards to the convoy. Is that one ready yet? So, my fellow Ambazonians, this is the convoy of Cardinal Pietro, the representative from the Vatican that is rolling into town. As you all can see, the environment was very, very empty. So, Dr. Yam?
Yes, sir.
In the president's statements during the week, he went on to speak about this stranger, indeed is a stranger to us because he hasn't spoken about our plight, but a stranger named Cardinal Pietro from the Vatican Catholic Church is coming to visit our lands. I think there's our children sing that goes, if you want to know us, you must come to Amba land. I think we have a song like that. So I guess he came to Ambazonia to get to know us somehow. So the president spoke of the fact that the Pope and the Catholic Church have not done enough to pressure Mr. Bia's regime to get him to stop butchering Ambazonian people and to go to the negotiating table. We saw images of how Cardinal Pietro's convoy was coming down Station Hill very unceremoniously, being escorted by La Republic and security forces. He even had a military reception in Bamenda where soldiers, the Birikoti Cafe, you're coming to visit people and it's the military that comes to receive you. It's I don't know, it's funny. The funny thing is when you go to scripture, this is very different from how Jesus received cheering, adoring people when he entered Jerusalem, as told in Matthew 1. Oh, the irony. Dr. Yah, what are your thoughts on this, on the reception of this cardinal? The irony,
really what are my thoughts? You've said it all. The church was supposed to be, a representative of Christ, a Christ-like body, who stood for the oppressed, who stood for the vulnerable, who stood for the suffering. But that's not happening anymore. And so, first of all, my personal message is we were brought up brainwashed. I'm sorry to say, and this has nothing to do with godliness. Continue to worship God, like the president said. Pray to your God, wherever you are, whether you're a Muslim, you're a Christian, stay at home and pray to your God. Because guess what? God left the churches. God left the churches a long time ago. Because in churches, all you see is politics. You see the church taking part or assisting or facilitating a genocide that happened in Rwanda, that is happening in the southern Cameroons. We have all these ceremonies happening in Vatican where you go. I mean, when you visit Vatican, those who've been to Rome, you see all, the riches, the gold and silver, a lot of that from Africa, and yet these countries where these things or these natural resources come from are the poorest. And then, on feast days, we have all the ceremonies, the Pope washing the feet of the humble or the prisoners. When we do those things, is it just for the television? Because this is the real time the Pope has to wash the feet of the people. The feet of the southern Cameroonians are in deep shit. The Pope can at least say something. He's powerful. He's powerful enough to say something, but he hasn't done that. So to us, we just have a politician who is part of the whole machinery of the leadership of the Catholic Church coming in for business. Apparently, he's coming to, I don't know, after a new bishop is nominated or appointed, something has to happen. I'm not sure what that is. So yes, we have a stranger in the house, because if you come to visit and mourning people, then you first of all have to wear mourning clothes. You don't have to be in ceremonial in a party mood, so to say, because he was walked in as like a prince, so to say, But thank God we have a president who is such a gifted person. He's a visionary leader, and he won the restoration forces. Even though this man is not for us, let him be. Let him patrol with his what do you call him, accompagnant, with his people from the military. I've never seen, why is the military escorting a religious figure? Yes, security is important, but the military is not, the use of the military is not for security for day-to-day life. I think that's the work of the police or something like that. But anyway, it is none of our business. And it is a shame, because you have the population of Ambazonia putting in everything to build their churches, from the poorest, to the richest, to build these churches, yet the church itself, the leadership, doesn't really care about the people, about their suffering. So I am hoping and praying that despite all this facade of ceremonies that seemed, or that maybe gives the impression that everything was okay, of course everything wasn't okay. Seeing those crowds of people we saw in the church, the church has its own internal structures with bishops, priests, deacons, and all the seminarians. So they would have pulled all of them and the different groups, the Catholic Women Association. My respect to those who are doing the work of God, but believe me, the leadership is not, and they have to be called to order. Thanks. I probably swayed off the topic, but yeah.
Oh, no, actually, no, you did not. And as a matter of fact, I mean, I swear it's like you're reading my brain. The answer you've given has been leading me to the next question that I want to ask Brother Walter. So,
Rosa, sorry. Anyway, he always has something to add. Yeah.
Actually, I mean, Dr. Yai, you are correct to say that our people have been brainwashed by these religious systems, these external foreign religious systems. Comrade Walter, Patriot Walter, the Catholic Church romancing with evil goes way, 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 way back into antiquity. I entreat my people to read about the papal orders, the Dum Diversas, that instructed Europeans to colonize and enslave the native peoples of the Americas and Africa. And as far as I'm aware, these instructions from the Catholic Church, these papal bulls, have not been rescinded or canceled. So the order is still out there for Europeans to continue to enslave the peoples of the Africas, the Latin Americas, the Aborigines and the Australias, the Asias, and all those places. Those orders are still out there from this Catholic Church that African people are guides to and attending masses for. I have a hard time understanding how my fellow Africans adhere to a church where a majority of its followers currently reside in Africa, South America, and in Asia, but the church is incapable of electing an African or Latin American pope. It should really bother every that Mr. Biya murders Ambazonians Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, goes to Catholic Mass and receives the sacraments from the Catholic Cathedral on Sunday. The world we live in. What can the Catholic Church do to redeem themselves for not standing with we Ambazonians who are persecuted because of righteousness? It should be noted that though Ambazonians seek the kingdom of heaven, we also seek our own heaven in Amba land. Comrade Walters, what do you have to say?
You see, I would like to actually break this thing down to pidgin because I want my people down there to actually assimilate it. You see, the Roman Catholic Church, I decided to use the word Roman Catholic because their headquarters is in Vatican. When we talk of Catholic Church, it's referring to all the churches. But when we specify of the Roman Catholic Church, is what we
I beg,
have
break up for
today.
pigeon. You be talking, you're talking for pigeon.
Yes. Now what we get them today, that Roman Catholic Church, their headquarters, their big man is staying up for Vatican, where they call you say the Pope. Mommy and Papa, my sister and my brother them. When I see a man, some philosophers be say war bring development. This development not be only for technology, but also to develop the mind for people, for move out the yoke, for open their mind and turn them around so that they feel see things them more clearly like before. And I wonder you see this great remark come up say, you go fool some people them or some of the time. Or my talk say you go fool all the people, some of the time. That means say sometime. You go fool some of the people them. That means you go fool some particular people them all time. But you know continue for fool all the people all time. In those days when they become out we gone, they shoot for up, we all the run. When they shoot one man, no man now nothing come out. But when I see them say time don't reach way, we no longer the fear that die again. Because we don't mean what we want them. If we don't mean what we want them, how it happens say mommy that is turn up for market for this kind of time, they talk for inform their people, what did they get for no? So now for tell when I say time don't pass where if you fool people. See imagine say for a long time where they grow. When I enter for that church, they play this thing, they sing some nice song, when they come out, when I be satisfied. But after that, when the situation need to change, country still be the same. Most of these places where you see them, something what they call them say networking. Now when I see Roman Catholic Church, now a network, now a universal structure. That means say all that they come out for Vatican can't reach for down for Southern Cameroon. If they come out for Vatican, go reach for Boya. If they come out for Vatican, can't reach for Bamenda. If they come out for the all over, they get some network. So what do I make una for understand about what will happen about the structure and authority? Church not be bad thing. The leader them not be bad people. But I want make una understand and say, unfortunately, if you find yourself for some society where it be dominated by occultism, no matter what you will do, you not get that place for authority. You not go succeed because they go force you, may you accept them. Now, whether you see many of those priests and where they do not stand up for talk the truth and for doing reform, they kill them for Cameroon. Many. You don't ever hear they talk anything about them. No, they never talk about them. I want make una understand them again, say, all the time where the Oko Grandmaster don't come for Cameroon, he don't pray, do those things, he don't help for whole week like this. The time where people they don't start to see things, they start discover what it means through prayer. Not be this prayer that when they don't go recite them for week and more every day what they make up. Holy Maria, Mother for God, pray for we. Don't you see? We don't want that one again. We want prayer where they come up for we own heart. We want prayer where you yourself to feel the impact what you did pray. Now, whether she time we become the second time here where things don't change, revival don't take control. He reached for airport, he started to cry. I mean, the Oko Grandmaster for Malta, he cries so water come off for your eye. The second time, he Shumugu himself, he checks go better. No, prayer them in too much. He go one make some few hours, they say don't die. So you see the difference. Because he been a part of them. When I just say beyond a part of them, now their part, now their scheme. When he come here, na Saweji, you feel say he no be aware of where the come up. Ma tell una clearly, ma broke up for the mona understand very well. Before he want come here, ma tell you, many pope them recently in 2 years, they resign. They will resign because of what they don't go for this, make them see what way they happen. They realize and say the expectation where they be really want them and where they be expect say church go be, it no be then as so. They try to say no, make the reform so that we finish see the good thing. No. The first one be like German man, he resigned. He said, no, I never continue this thing. Another one resigned. When you see anyone can shit down for day, he not resign. After 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, not an occultic master. He don't accept the way that thing get for be. So my prayer and I say, war they bring development. This time as it don't come up so, all Southern Cameroonians and so wait. They don't see them with their own eye now. Wait, people they be talk about these Roman Catholic people. You know, it does get when you wear that bishop, when you wear that castle, you put that nice thing, you hold cross, you do work so that it takes you to be Jesus Christ. Think for instance, Pope don't come one time for Bamenda. The whole Bamenda airport will be full. Full. No man, no be the guy. But see what way they happen now. The whole road be dry. That man go come so he don't see him. They not check say he go talk one thing. The reason why they come now for this time, man tell una, no be because he like we or he like una. No. Una know why? I go tell una. Look, these people that they do assessment. So much money they come up for year. They go for Vatican every time when they don't gather them for church. Mami go suffer under sun. Say it's small jama, say it's small egusi, carry money for Sunday, go give them for that people then. They go gather them all, send them for front. We go meet up somehow where they call and say Pope for some country where they call and say Vatican. Then they build the houses, take care for the old people's home, arrange their country. Make a tell when I don't know where they happen. Inside for this year of world day, look up. Britain, number one person, we're a parent person, the architect, where even sell we be revolt against this very thing what they revolt now about these Roman Catholic people. Go read them for history, they call them say glorious revolution. The Romanization of England. England say this people they take their money every time they send them for Vatican, they get poor. Why? They stop them, they revolt. They wait what they do and so. They can't stop them. Time now reach way. We go form what we call Ambazonia Church. If you want to be for Catholic Church, we say Ambazonia Roman Catholic Church Ambazonia. Where me say that cover will be for Ambazonia. All that money when they collect will be for Ambazonia. We will use that money, we'll do it with coordinated development. When me say that money, we'll use them for make roads. We'll use them for put pipe and water. 1 franc, I mean say 1 franc kobo. No go anywhere. It no go anywhere. They will come fry to una. Hey, una get for give money. If not be so, you no go heaven. Hey, if you not for give money, if not be so, you go die. Die with it. Now me I don't talk. Most human man will die before. I go there, yeah, and then it go nowhere. If I want die now, my time don't reach and that not be because I point out which way it. Look at the people the way they don't shit down every time they claim say they so they be na religious people. But now these very people might tell now agent them for everything when they happen for that Bamenda. If you don't know, now agent. Because they get many ways and where they fit get information for we. Inside police or na network they get them. Inside army na network they get them. Inside security na network they get them. They know every nooks and cranny which way they go on. As I tell you, a whole network. The time don't reach way. All Ambazonia their eyes so whip it don't open. And I thank God for the visit for this man. This man come now for can open with eye, but we see what way they go on. But he don't know. He don't come for can tell the whole Southern Cameroon and say, listen, now show the Roman Catholic Church be structured now their game then this way they play. But when we don't demonstrate inside Europe here for Vatican and for Italy, we don't demonstrate. For from the house we pop this day, you see what they will placard. We don't send all kind of letters from all angles. From the United States, from Britain, from Canada, all over from Vatican. Through the Pope, through the bishops. They go reach the big man. Not just that they don't know what really happened. They be informed. It need to come here now because like we, it come here now for can't check why money need to come the way it be. So now from remind you say, I see come on now go. If you say sometimes don't come bring that Christians then because most of the people who na siam, not be even people now just like katakisi woman and the brother, they don't move and say when I come outside, uniform the way if you saw that thing here any my well they go there they make that they announce the way they make and you feel say sometimes that thing na scam. Na scam. How many bishops they there for there? Maybe they don't talk say they don't get for a woman. The biggest scandal for the world about sexual abuse now will not be there. Why not deceive when I say with those things? They feel them when they be righteous. You don't see how they don't stand firm and then they rebuke them. They excommunicate them. They accept them. Go for a different place, continue for watching God. But these hardened criminals, I'm telling you, those the way they should not for that place, the bishop them, the cardinals, all them. Even those politicians, them that over them, they be far better than that for them. Because it be better for make yourself say yes. Now what will it be? Than for pretend for sure say you be mad of God, the way you be hypocrite. And then the very thing way they happen with those people. When I don't see them when they be catch one, they say when they leave and they leave them. But now you see his statement. So I don't tell you now if you want to accept for follow Christ, you must be able for ready for saying no when I no. You be able for say yes when I yes. When mean say even at one point you not get for change because you not say your world not be this world for yeah. Now your world that the world where God don't keep them for you. So you not get for fear. Philosophy and theology now brothers. So they talk the man where being where no way to the talk. I know that scripture perfectly well from Genesis to Revelation. So no man nothing can frighten me about this issue. And they tell when I say time don't reach for change. And the coming of this man a very important thing. And when I go see him, the president will not reiterate them. It draw my attention. When I leave it free. One I not disturb them. Make it come. When they come, can see him, he say, but understand what will be. Now mixed feeling they get them. You don't walk and enter the whole Bamenda, you don't see one fly. How manage? In those days, they began for stand from both sides. Now so they wave flag for you. Now so they sing song. Now so they chant. Then nothing not happen. And so they see the military will gone from left and right, east and west. Now which kind want that? Now which kind want that? So he go back, understand them, and he don't send a strong message for what way it be. We will continue for inform with people and time not reach for that change. I repeat again, war, the liberation, revolution, they bring reforms. And that reforms, time don't reach.
Chai, come my water, look you bring them. You talk how DFE be talking now. You talk your underbelly. True, you talk your underbelly. Look I want to repeat that again for my people and for pigeon as you too, you don't. The Catholic Church, a majority of the people, the way they follow the Roman Catholic Church, they did for the countries, then way they did for Africa, Latin America, and Asian countries. But the Roman Catholic Church, way they for Rome, they no be capable for elect man where he look like Wuna, where they look like we, where they look like our Latin American brother, then where they look like the Asian brother, then. If the people, them, the Roman Catholic people, them, if they really want to show say they love we, may they deny beer, may they take sacraments them. Because beer get blood for your hand. Even if you the temple of God, even though temple of God be it there for you, self. All when I know the movie from that Nigerian movie, they talk say Christ in me, no, your body in a temple of God. But may they know they leave popo, may they enter any temple, any church, they take sacraments when popo, hands, feet, hair, be drenched in the blood of Ambazonians. If the Vatican want really show say they love we now, they think that way they get for do. Or before they want to see no, we'll start to do like how they are guiding be the protest for France. Remember that chant no, Paul Biya, assassin, Macron, complice. We'll start use that one for Vatican. We'll start the calling say they've been a complice for Paul Biya, and they think the way they do for we. Brother Water, thank you for that passion, yeah. You hear no. Dr. Yaya?
Yes, sir.
What message, Dr. Yaya, about Ambazonian resilience and conviction to be free do you expect Cardinal Pietro to go back to Rome with when he sees, as he's seeing this very silent Bamenda, this Abakwatawe, it be very bustling and energetic. So which kind of message you want that made the Cardinal Pietro go with them back for Vatican or for Rome?
Yes, I hope say as of the carry inside that motor them, the eyes them at least will be open, you know. So if they no can give you a document where they write which way they actually go on, ESSF go do your own assessment. As Comrade Walter really explained us so well, we know those days there. When Pop the camp, people they used to, we almost used to get stampede, you know. The place would be jam packed. But even this ghost town, we never seen it before. And President in his speech, we say silence, and there was really silence. That to me is a very powerful message. Like you asked, you know, at the beginning, where you say, how strong, what is the meaning of all this ghost town? So, I mean, you could hear a fly actually buzzing around Abaka town, which was amazing, amazing, amazing. So, yes, La Republique no will give you any, you know, will tell you anything. Secondly, if the church, the local church, they still not tell you anything, at least the eyes they see for yourself. Because you don't see other pope or papal visits for country, and you see
Yep.
it's a whole frenzy, you know. And this was
Yep.
nothing close. As well as here, this one and our relatives, in-house church people, them, you know, where they will get for daily at all costs, you know. And thank God we will be people they all respect human life. President Semi no man no attack them, and they had their stage top show. But the population of Bamenda did not come out. Anybody, I will
Yep.
read an article from a comrade way. He actually grew up for Big Man Con and, you know, grow up for another church. He said that is nothing close to having a full ceremony. We get even ordinations there, where you get the church to be full, so the people they ride far till the day for Waiting Junction. But this clearly, you know, the optics and all the uniforms and all of that, they give a grandiose ceremony, but that ceremony only happened there. The town was not part of this. Bamenda people, they don't participate in this. So that was a very powerful message where that cardinal is supposed to take and go back if he's a man of truth, if he's an honest person. And we hope, say, maybe a person of conscience, because in as much as we can, if we defy, you know, or criticize a system, you always get some good seeds amongst them. So I want to just give you benefit of doubt. I just want give you a benefit of doubt. Say, he be a man of conscience, and he take the suffering of the people important. So let him see and let him go back and report to the Pope, who seemingly doesn't know what's happening, you know, which way actually see. So yeah, now I hope that. But we Restoration Forces, they make we so proud, and we know yet again who owns the land.
You're damn right about that. You know, the interesting thing that say, you know, we want to give you that benefit of the doubt, Dr. Yaf, say he be a man of conscience. I know we try our best to give you that benefit of the doubt. But, you know, my brother, Tafusi, he ever talk, I say, when snake bites, you know, when you see millipede, only stick with you to find out for match that millipede head, no, it's no easy. So that why the high blood, they we saw because, I don't know. So,
I know.
in continuation in the with the idea for give some room for a maneuver for express itself time we go back for Vatican. I want to bring up some statement where Cardinal Toomey be making back for August 18th, 2020. Christian Cardinal Toomey, EBB recorded for French Cameroon TV, where they talk say a Christian is a rebel against evil. Now Christian Cardinal Toomey talks so a Christian is a rebel against evil. Christian Karatumi Bitok say most of the killings is done by French. Is why Bitok say is done by the army, but we know the army means say French Cameroon, not by these boys. Now I repeat that again. That killing them where we see for Ambazonia. So it be Christian Karatumi Bitok say it be done by the French Cameroon army, no be by the Ambazonia Restoration Forces. I know last week we be see how Cardinal Toomey be make lie them. He be give some kind of contradictory statements. Where it be the depart from these statements we be making back for August, you know, several months ago. Comrade Waters, when you hear Cardinal Toomey he speak, coupled with the fact say BIE minister then they be na known liars. You know, Mafane Musonge be talk say Anglophone problem no day. Atanganji, Mr. Boises. He be talk say I don't win that war for. So when you take all these things then you see Cardinal Toomey they talk all the talk then so. You be surprised to see that the fear of Mr. Bia results in the end of wisdom. Comrade Waters.
You see, what really happen here, and I say, I think that to me be being as someone where everybody be respect and where he be being a man of his words. He was a non-nonsense person. He knew what it means, the calling and the acceptance to be a servant of God. But at the moment, my best advice for Pana say, it need for retire and for rest. Because every human being on earth, whether young, whether they make you now how, when you don't reach some certain age, your brain need to work again the same. At least everybody, even physician, they will help you for tell you what you talk for you. When you don't reach some certain age, I mean, we call them old age, your brain need to really work again. So sometimes the be I want believe say party flip flop. If you talk this one, forget this one, talk this one, forget this one. But before you can see the changes and where it don't take place. So sometimes it come back for a calling. Later on, it seems as if it missed the way. And as I think the that way, I say when you don't mix up yourself again for some environment where it be very dark, it be difficult for you to actually stand your grounds. Because what the way they happen in that case, Nasaweti, we will call them osmosis, where the stronger solution they draw the weaker one. And at the darkness that where the struggle for pull them for some different angle, coupled with political jingling. So if you know what way they go on now for this environment, I want to say their master he himself, if you don't lost sense, talk say they don't do everything for assimilate we, but they no one succeed. He not be talking because he actually be one talking. He just come for a mouth. You know how we don't push hidden agenda. You don't keep them for your belly for long. Sometimes the one come out, you need to know. The one that because you the expect say you will get for that executor. But the execution need to come the way you the waiter. The execution need to be realized. So consequently, you will be stuck and frustrated. The thing the one come out, you need to know. Not the tell the big man for your own, they say, listen, Mr. Mbimbondo, Bartolomeo Abubakari, yeah, you know, say, you will go for France during the symposium, you go say, we don't struggle for assimilate these people for more than 50 something years, will not succeed. You know, so, he go tell you, say, when? Because you don't even know when he come out. So now, why does she say, goodness, evil nothing override goodness? Never in this history. When I mean never, I mean never. So my only thing I will tell them that say there is a dramatic change from time to time. I would like to borrow the word from Thomas Jefferson. So the issue I say, this issue, all we don't gradually be matured now, especially for Southern Cameroon. From the beginning, most of it will be very timid. Most of it will be very ignorant about the reality. But now at the moment, you see I'm saying the way we would assume things, the way we would look at things, the way we will be courageous will be completely different from the past. So we don't reach some level and the progress now every day. When every day they make this one, we advance. When every day they make this one, we advance. So I want to make it clear for you say this. So the situation no longer be the same. The Southern Cameroon, where they been think before, that 2 cubes of sugar, trust me, it seems for don't multiply in such a way that they not still understand whether now that 2 cubes of sugar where they been think about. For you to actually know about Southern Cameroon very well, the structure, historians they will agree with me say, that's the same way the Zionic movement in diaspora and the declaration of the Jewish state. Now, the same way I see this diaspora, Southern Cameroon issue, they come up. Because most of we will be persecuted from that country. We run from different countries in the world. We develop for the different expertise. and now will be connected through our interim government and will respond with gladness. This arm will be very, very strong. Why they call them the Zanic movement, we call them the interim government of Southern Cameroon. And what I see support the camp from all corners. The government don't confused. When you see them come out, go see picking them, innocent picking shoot them. Now because of frustration, they don't even know what to do again. They don't know what to do, they don't confuse. And at the same thing where God be doing. In the book of King, I make powerful leaders and I reduce them down to nothing. You know that sometimes they were Pharaoh don't be confused, you don't even know what to do again. It tell the children of Israel say, okay, when I don't have put what we call a different kind of a problem for my people. Today na drought, today na blood, today na insect. Take them now and I take them come on go. That way they don't come out the go. You see that madness again still continue for you. He said, no more pursue them. So you see how the thing will happen. Tell me the difference now. What will happen with that man? What will happen? We tell me the difference. Maybe that confusion. When you want to see them begin invite some man for Vatican, man can make religion for you. Or man can bring some Christian environment where he want conscientize yourself, make the world for say no, everything be okay. People they become mass, they make an open air. Now open air that see how many people attend. Now this kind of confusion, so you see what can happen with your own eye, they havoc them. And at the end result, now say what we now go just drown into that Red Sea the same. Gradually, now so they will go, now so they will go. Now something where it exists may be hidden from human eyes because now something of spiritual. They do exist. So my idea and what you want to try for make people for understand nationality. When I remain steadfast, when I remain focused, when I remain strong, one and not forget say the enemy even within we, even be more than the enemy without. They might tell you because now a cause will be genuine, and you know evil nothing ever win genuity. That means a goodness, badness nothing ever win goodness. At the end, goodness shall always prevail. We are doing something that is just. It is just.
Yep.
So it's not something that we are just doing any kind of thing because no, we are doing something that is just.
Yep.
This is our land in white and black paper. That is why you see they don't tell the Republic, please. When I go for Switzerland, no one discuss now. Don't forget that they be proposal. Say more go for Switzerland for discuss because they will not so go reject them. Say go accept them. They be frustrated. When you see the Republic reject anything or deny anything, not say that thing is genuine, not say that thing will favor you. And so the only way now for doing that say destroy them. And if you want to discover the enablers around we are the best people about we, now just put the way that they sing say they so hey, that should not be good. It not be good how? How will you just something where it never happen? You don't go there and you say I say not be good. And if what it cost you if you go there, what it cost you? What is the problem? So I want to make people for understand say this confusion, it only help for make people for see more and more clearly say those people are bad people. And the time they come when you don't push people so much, when the people will revolt as they do them now, for bring them back. Now only God go answer that question.
Brother Walter, thank you again. The thing I want to add on top for dinner, all we know, and even the Vatican and all man we eat don't jar Bible. They know say for Bible they talk say, blessed are the persecuted for their righteousness, because now we go and inherit the kingdom of heaven. We Ambazonia, we be persecuted for a very righteous cause. Now why for the end of the day, no, Ambazonia go be our own, and we go be a very nation, a very upright and righteous and just nation.
Amen.
I even want really piggyback on top of your statement, Brother Walter. We talk say every day with the advance. Dr. Yeah, I don't know if you and Walters will not be see that video where La Republic be the circulator of some big artillery gun where they be the try for show we like say they want to intimidate we. That would be say that thing though. Only laugh for I laugh because I ask myself say it did like say the people they don't ever see situation where man they go fight some person now, and he bring gun or he bring knife, where that person instead bring a fist. So that fight be been a give for being a fist fight, but the other man he bring a gun. Then that man he just bring a fist now, he instead take that gun, he take that knife, and he use them for correct that man, for sample that man correctly. For me, I see now so with Ambazonia the advance. Small time you go they know where that artillery gun will be see and where like probably be the parade and so we'll seize that thing turn against French Cameroon. Now for the way they understand say the thing no be in a play. So Dr. Yaya, actually no, before I ask the question, Dr. Yaya, my people them, my country people then. I would say when I see that phone number for screen now because in the next 2 minutes the phone lines they be open now, but as I ask the question, if when I get any comment when I want to make my beg, call that number now. Come my water is a number, or if you get my number, if you come in for back to, then we'll share your comment for all Amazonians here. So Dr. Ya, we be see some video now where Ambazonian for Pening, they be flee from their homes into the bushes on the morning of Wednesday, January 28, 2021. After the French Cameroon Ekilebe, the insecurity force, and they be raid their village. You know, I want to thank French Cameroonian for allowing their government for the continue for the radicalized way, for causing the hate where we get for them, for the increase inside our hearts. You know, it don't start to get so bad now. I do ask myself, the way the people that they leave their government, where they treat we, it gets so bad now, where that one will get the independence. Ambazonian then will they treat French Cameroonians then the same way Equatorial Guineans they treat them. I mean, Dr. Ya, at the rate where French Cameroon they go, for your mind, you think so it'll be possible for Ambazonians then for be good neighbors towards the French Cameroonian people then?
Yeah, tough question. The truth I say, when some person show you so much wickedness, I think the natural reaction or the initial instinct for say I go show you too, I go back and back. But with people, then we also will be a peaceful people. We've been that. Whether for good or bad reasons, this is just what we're made of. Because really, if we were nasty people, if we be as bad as them be, with all the francophones that they live for land, we will not start to attack them. But again, we need to do that. Even though a lot of them or some of them, they actually help for facilitate the enemy he work. La Republic he work for actually can attack our people, that identify with people, that he work with enablers them from within we own communities for actually help do this. I feel say once we don't get with country, we'll definitely that time define the relationships then with the different countries that we work with. It just like, you know, as it play out for international politics, this country get relationship, maybe economic or whatever relationship with this or that country. We will choose and we'll choose on our terms. But we are not a hostile people where we ask any civilian attack another civilian. We don't talk this over and over. Let the war, those involved in war are the military and our Ambazonian restoration forces. They know what to do. They have a chain of command. They know what they hear from the commander-in-chief, Dr. Samuel Ikomesako. So as far as we are concerned, that anger, we are certainly angry. But we be a cultured people. We are very civilized. But when we actually separate, you know, the anger against the system and the anger against a person where maybe he be as ignorant as maybe some of us would be before. So, but by that saying that, we're not talk say anybody where he try for counter way to what he do, anybody or francophone where they for land where you try for defy the rules where we all people that obey them. Be careful, you're putting your life at risk. You know, not take we hospitality for granted, not take we niceness for granted. You know, we're just being civil and we want to deal with the system. But if you put yourself there as a facilitator, therefore you put yourself as a risk. Okay, we got a question, it seems. So now, if you really talk now, say now La Republic get for decide, you know, the more it inflict this pain on us, of course, is making the relationship difficult. When we don't become we own country, you know, we go there for really, really, really define. We will be the ones to define the terms of the relationship. You know, so
after that, right?
You don't finish, Dr. Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's I think so. Not finished
So the
unless
segment
you
is
get
when
some
you are
other
talking
follow
from
up
beginning
while
to end
Comrade Walter
about
be
your
taking questions.
this topic.
Yeah, I
I
beg
think
Walter,
I want to just
if
add
you,
some.
yeah.
Not
Walter,
really.
I
I
just
think
want to add about.
the caller dropped.
okay, Dr. Yeah, continue,
Okay,
please.
okay. I think I'm almost done. I just wanted to remind us, like what the president said about the lockdown. The lockdown be indefinite. Means we know it will continue till when I hear from the government which way the plan be. And tomorrow Monday, Secretary Chris will come on ABC TV and he will tell you wait till the government don't decide. You know. So may all man know say tomorrow again a serious country Sunday until we hear from our government. Thank you.
You know, again, my fellow Ambazonians, the lines are open for us to receive calls. So anybody who has a comment or who has a question for my two esteemed colleagues, please call in. We'd love to hear what you're thinking. You know, Doctor, yeah, I mean, for me, no, I understand I always, you know, we Ambazonians, we've been uprighteous people, God-fearing people, honorable people. I understand that talk. I understand, say, we be civil people, but I beg, na beg. Maybe we know the act like, say, we be na we been as some holier people because when you look the way other countries then where they be even more developed past we where like perfect example the United States during the World War II the US government be round up Japanese them because Japan and Germany be the fight against the US and they became Japanese American citizens even though it no be been a fine thing but the United round up the Japanese citizens and where they be there for put them inside camps because they be suspect them. When you go for
Dr.
war against person,
Kolomore,
you joke.
hello?
Now the thing that we don't get if we do this sorry hard deal over gentleman, this thing where we
Evening, just
remember.
a
So we
minute.
get for fight this one win. But Comrade
Okay,
Waters, I
Doc.
beg.
Yeah, Mark clarify. I think
Comrade.
Comrade is that a call?
Yeah, there's a call. Let him just get this, then you continue, Comrade Wembe. All right.
No, no,
Comrade,
I'll
the
continue.
lines are open now. We are listening.
Yeah, good evening.
Evening.
Yeah, and greetings to all of you. Greetings to Dr. Yaya. Greetings to Dr. Wambe.
Okay.
Yes, I want to contribute. I'm calling from Bamenda, Northern Zone.
Great.
So I want to start with what Dr. Yaya just said with respect to francophones. Madam, greetings. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I want to say that, Madam, I don't entirely agree with your perspective of the people that we are. Madam, we have lost more than 20,000 people, Madam, more than 300 villages. Madam, you need to go on social media and talk with francophones about this crisis. You will know that they are the demons. They are the demons. You will know that we are acting very unrealistically to have this post still living in our territory. Yeah, we are evil, Madam. Every francophone is evil. That's my conclusion. And we have no reason. It is completely unrealistic for us to continue to treat them, to pamper them. As far as I'm concerned, my personal opinion is that every one of them should be sent out of this territory, whatever the consequence it brings. Because these people, this ungrateful, this English, especially the Bamlikas, they are very, very ungrateful. They are very, very dangerous. They enable. Okay, for example, this present lockdown, you need to know what they are trying to do, what they are doing. In the morning, they get up, they steal their bikes, and start running in the streets. Eventually, they force our boys to come out and start disrupting the lockdown. The Bamlikas, that's what they are doing. They are enablers here. They are training. They go about the activities. None of them has been killed. None of them. Yeah, they insult or they abuse us. These people are. My conclusion is that our nation, our people will accomplish the day we turn against them. Because in the first place, the mere fact that we live here peacefully and give the impression to the world that things are okay. Yeah, things are okay. Remember what the former U.S. Secretary of State said sympathize with us. So that point is not realistic, madam. Just like Dr. Amba was saying, to be too holy is an error. We must be realistic, we must be practical. These people are enemies to the core. We must treat them as such. That is it.
Yeah.
Secondly, on the waters, I appreciate what you said about these churches. I appreciate it very much. In relation to the fact that Ambazona will have its own church. These guys, you see, I really pity anybody who thinks that through the church, any spiritual salvation or benefit can come to them. These guys are a bunch of smart criminals who have constituted themselves into a body to expect foolish and careless people, spiritually foolish and careless people. That is all there is to the story of churches. That's all there is to the story of churches. You cannot have two legs. Instead of using them, you are jumping on one leg. As a human, people must learn to rely on themselves. You cannot rely on people who you need to see people who go to churches and pay tithes, pay tribute to them. People who are suffering, people who really have enough to eat, who work everything. The neighbor wakes up in the morning, he cannot go anywhere. He cannot go to the neighbor, then he goes to the church and becomes a slave in the church. Father, Papa, Pastor, Bishop. But he does not want to see the neighbor what this one says, right? So they go to a bond of completely brainwashed slaves, pathetic, very pathetic ones. And we cannot allow them to take our revolution back. We cannot allow people to, we cannot allow them. So here we must be very, very radical. That's why I come to the third point. The third point is the point we have always made. Military power, military might. There are things I don't want to say online, but essentially, military might. That's the only language these people listen to. The military. There are installations here, there are businesses, there are institutions, there are businesses. We cannot allow them to continue doing business here. We cannot allow them. That is what is encouraging them. That's what is promoting. That's what is encouraging them to continue this fight. That's what it is from where they are drawing money to continue to target us. We cannot allow that, please. We cannot allow that. And then finally, when the time has come when we must establish a relationship, a relationship between the fighters and the population. Yes, there has been there has been a lot of enmity between the fighters and the population. The time has come for that to end. It can be done. It can be done. Offset, we can discuss it. It can be done and it should be done now. The fighters and population must be reconciled so that this demons get out of our territory. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, comrades. That was a very good contribution. All right.
Dr. Yan, it's over to you now. Now it's over to you because you heard this impassioned plea of this our brother now, Dr. Yaya. We know for the fight the people with sorry heart though. When you talk with francophone and they tell you say no, we are get for frapuna correct, we get for kukuna. That's so francophone they talk. So I mean,
correct.
Yeah.
But I just want to make some clarification. I mean, I know they condone what the francophones they do. What they talk now say a civilian make people person not just come out go attack another francophone. We need to be wise. We get structures on the ground, and that brother really touched on one point when I really something where we get for work on. Comrade, just so if you telling me just wait to come water. Tell me
I beg mute then leave Dr. Yami finish.
The thing is that they are calling from ground zero. Let's just take down the points and then after that we can respond to them. Is that fine?
Okay.
Yes.
I mean,
they are calling from ground zero because of their data. So let's just get their points and then we can respond to them later. Yeah. All right. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, comrade. Oh, this network problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's just take down. Another one is coming. Comrade, just take down the points. We'll answer them later. Let's get like 5 points, then we'll respond to them. Hello?
No, I think 3. Comrade Walter, 3, please.
Hello?
Yes, we are hearing.
Yes. And I just want to cue from where the last caller ended.
All right.
Yes, I just want to cue from where the last caller ended. When you see the number on the day when we are supposed to have our shutdown, and our shutdown is regularly on Mondays. When you want to see 2 or 3 bikes, or let us say 5 bikes, among those 5 bikes you have but French Cameroon, give boys who will be running the bikes. This will provoke our own boys on the ground to decide, say how can they be in their land and other people are exploiting their resources, and will force them to go out with their bikes. Same with taxis, same with the shops that are open. Yes, and so that is why I think the latter person who was talking insisted that it is like this. We should take measures that are more rash, more aggressive, and with heavy artillery, and take action. Because when they take action and you see 1, 2, 3 of them are touched, they would know that it is like this. We are in a war situation, and they will sit up. So when we are struggling and to repair our country, when we will repair and they will be enjoying, why can they not just pipe down and rest, so that we should fight our war and let them enjoy the resources? That is what we expect of these bastards. That is what we expect from them, that they should just keep quiet, stay at home when we have declared our shutdown, and let us fight our war and die, and then let them come and do their businesses. That is what our cry. That is our cry. And they bring their tribesmen. They bring one man from Bamileke to make as the governor. Bring one man from Yaoundé and Eton to make him the senior divisional officer. And all the divisional officers in Bamenda 1, 2, 3 are all people out from our land. That is, those are the people we are fighting against. And we expect that it's like this in a period of war, like the war in which we are. People should be able to know that it's like we are in a period of war, and be able to toe the line. And like they said, let us change from using the regular sugarcane that we'll be using, and use artillery that will stand from Menakwe Hill there and react downtown, and people will know that these boys are actually angry. Because it seems we are not yet angry. We should express our anger in the real terms. Doctor, we should express our anger in the real terms to show that we are really angry, because this thing has gone for 4 years. If we are not careful, it's going to go for 5, 6, 7 years. And we want to hear very soon, like the children who are in the bush will start giving birth in the bush. We want them to give birth as you people indicate, and we support that by the end of this year, let things be positive, and let people come out from the bushes and let us move to Boya.
Thank you.
Boya should be the destination. Boya should be the destination, and all of us should move to Boya, and happily all of us should be moving to Boya. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, comrade. I think we are just going to receive one more call, and then from there now we will answer. We will give some reactions. We'll get some reactions or some feedbacks, and then we'll open the line again. I big that you make the equation snappy, huh?
Come on, Walter, I'll add one person because I have one person on the line here. So when you're done.
Okay, then just speak the just a minute. Let me get this caller. Still from Ground Zero. Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. We are hearing you.
Greetings, oh mama.
Thanks very much.
I just call from Bamenda.
Oh, wonderful.
I just hello all for panel day.
Wow.
Okay,
We'll be happy.
yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. I just say
Good
again, so
evening.
I'm not sure you get some contribution for do.
Yes.
Okay. We are here. We are here.
I the one talk say I just hello all for studio day, especially my sister Yaya.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, ma. Thank you.
Now too much born the day Bamenda now so. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, we hear you, ma.
Yes.
We hear you. Just go ahead.
I said now so we get too much shooting now.
Oh, God.
Wow. Interesting.
But how people then come out on only them?
I want ask say, I want for talk say, why where did the talk say ghost town day when they keep ghost town? Place the beauty from when they share Brazares Nimbo from when all over, no control, no dating.
Okay. Good information.
Yeah, so me at the share, so you wonder me because all the ghost town when they be busy, the other places that they be locked and when the busy fine, and they said Brazares Nimbo from when drink anyhow.
Sorry. Man, I
Okay.
forget the shops then.
So why controlling our life inside town in order for when?
Ma, you fit talk any of the name of the shops then where they be open during this ghost town from Queen. If you name any of that drinking place then, may we know their names.
I'm not talk for this shutdown.
No, I mean even in the past, even for the other time then when they disobey Ghost Country Sunday, no, you fit talk that name, may we know I want take them down, may we write them.
That
Okay. I think what we will do now say we will get back for you. We will get the name for those stores them and all those people where they defy ghost town, and then we will know exactly what to for do. Now whether you see we'll get this program so that more know what they happen for down there.
Kamarwata,
Yep.
sorry, just ask you say
Yeah.
how the ghost town passed yesterday or today.
Yeah. I think on drop by another scholar will surely come up.
Okay,
Okay,
maybe
you
my
suppose take
maybe
those
my
first three questions, please.
Okay.
maybe my brother talk that way I feel leave it because he don't day on for 7 he don't dey wait.
All right.
Hey big man, you be live oh.
Yeah, Doctor. How?
We did. How you in?
No, my end day fine. At the only the years when I talk of ground zero, me to the year. So
Okay. Much fire, we hear you.
okay. Yeah, una good morning or una whether a good afternoon for place una day. So I salute una for the work we una they do for una time to una the sacrifice for this struggle because no be na all man to get time for people say for talk for people them too about this struggle. We are really spend at the time, and you know to sacrifice time for with television. That means you get for prepare for our house too. So when our family too, when they use their time for seek out this struggle. So I thank you for all that in them. So one thing where I want to start today now, that figure where President talk say 3,000 francs. We don't try correct Christian no for day, but I know the president no be no. So now 300 francs where the people they repair for that they are told get for inside town. Then the other side, another thing I want to add on for there and I say President talk say 20,000 people they don't die. I don't know whether this number of people when they talk say they don't die. Would you follow a narrative for people them or we really not find out how to at least follow up to know the people them where they die? Because we get people them for all ages them and they feel the report for every day just to say someone die for here, someone die for here. And people they know they die now only with the barrel of the gun. Some people they day where they run, go hide for some place, just die for day. And all plenty things they do. So they go hospital where they not be afraid for go. When I see this struggle, they go die for this. Now see this struggle where every man they die for we side now. And then if you consider say we get now 13 local 13 counties them. We talk say now even one man they die for every county. You go see I'm say we go get like 18,000 people then when they don't die for these 4 years. If you multiply them, you see I'm saying now 18,000 people they don't die. That means saying now just like that. And then if you really take the people that they die, talk say now one down for LG them, it go give you a different number and that one at 63. It go give you a different number only for one person. So So you can say we don't begin the lost people, they go past 50,000. And then we get for create our own narrative, the talk. We know the follow narrative, say, that's what people they know. Because when we repeat the own narrative, talk say that 48,000 people, they don't die. We don't talk at time and again, people they will start the corner here now, and that's the way we will be. So, and if we get way to know the people that they die for each day, be possible. So, thank you, plenty. I just want to add that small point.
Right. Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, take care. Yeah, Dr. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for all the callers then. I mean, we really take our feedback. Very, very good ones. I want to just start with that first point where we talk about francophones then. Well, I say so we people then will not be a hostile people, meaning say we need to go out, go attack. More get the message clear. I don't mean say more condone with francophones the way that they actually disobey with rules. We know what to do. The point is, I don't know if you come for TV, can't tell we therefore be angry enough for know what to do on the ground. So we get what the tribe of talk and say, we get we Ambazonia Restoration Forces. They can take care of such businesses. We work now, those of you who are down there. If we know those people, we need to identify them. And then when I report them to Amazonia Restoration Forces, because actually now them get for to do all those kind of things for make sure say anybody where they disobey we rules and for land it be taken care of according to we rules. So that's what I'm saying. And they say, which I mean, I say you know we woke up okay, some francophone be a neighbor or something, and then you attack it. The right. This is my understanding. You know, we get LGAs, we get a structure, you know, and we get defense at every level. And so the first caller still touched on a very important point, what I think especially diaspora need for work on that. But we need to get a coordinated approach because we from diaspora, if we only do the fundraising and, you know, we do the sensitization and, you know, information sharing. But the main thing they happen on the ground. So we fight as them on the ground. We LGA structures them. We actually need for make sure say we fighters they actually be connected to a civilian population, and that's something where the interim government get them as a project. And this project just need to be implemented at the level of the LGAs and counties. So this is a call again for the diaspora, but we need cooperation from one on the ground. If we not see say this shop, that shop, this person or they open the shops on these days, then we'll get will come to Sunday in a respect of una report that thing to una LGA head, you know, or LGA chair, or una the civil society or the civilian society for una county, where this civilian society or community get to be in touch with the fighters. Really, that's something where now more on the shoulders of diaspora. That's a relationship we must build and really strengthen. And the Amba Peace Plan actually, this is the end point of the implementation. Because if we talk, we get all these defense strategies, and then we talk to fighters, and then fighters they don't get a good relationship with the civilian population on the ground. When for they were actually the enemy, they actually work for try to destroy them. La Republique don't do everything through this. What do they call this thief man? Atanganji, whatever. Yeah, you know the man whether he talk English, French, we don't know which one they talk. But anyway, now for they where they actually try to attack this revolution because the Amba Peace Plan, you know, the county and LGA structure is actually one of the best things into where the interim government don't bring away. You get decentralization of power, you know, where the central government, I get my notes in my hand. The central government actually don't decentralize power, semi counties them manage things, and even the LGS when are the most basic mobilization units. But it doesn't end there. Remember, those are structures more for mobilization, information sharing, you know. But now the implementation therefore happen on the ground, like that therefore be translated to our restoration fighters. And our restoration fighters now they get for they in contact with the civilian community. This civilian community where to be work. Now I walk down, I wanna be vigilante. All man of you wear uniform. President talk this over and over. You know, some people they their own intelligence. They wanna work to find those information. Wanna send them for those who fighters there, and they will know what to do. That's what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, beyond La Republique don't impose a war on we. The people that they fight war not be civilians. Now the forces And the forces in La Republic, they are genocidal forces. We will get Ambazonian restoration forces. So what the point I be make now say, make civilian engage in things where not be really not be really their area. But wait when I feed do na say when I get information, identify those enablers, all that people there that they disobey with this thing, when I tell we fighters them or we LGA chair or defense person and don't know what to do. So I hope see that point be clarified, and that is taking care of those kind of things now. Restoration forces their work. Then on the second point, I think the same caller talk about the fighter and population, and the population they don't get a good relationship. Number one, again, the Republic don't do everything for distort this relationship, even with internal enablers. That's what they work on. They try for disengage the fighters from the community. So we also need for understand these tricks the way that they do, and try for overcome them. I think we get more of the work for do from this side in terms of being in touch with the people on the ground and encouraging this relationship between the fighters and the community. So I think the rest, maybe Comrade Water will surely take those the next concerns in. Yeah, but I'll tell people, let's be angry enough. But diaspora, we're supposed to be angry, so angry for where we will get for give all the money we'll get them, so that made this thing be translated into serious weapons for armed with restoration forces for do the job, for face a strong military like La Republique. On the other hand, when on the ground, when they for ground, when need forget when eyes and make sure so when I reach out to this we forces them or some way when I send that message back to it so that we can identify those people who are standing in our way, and the restoration forces will deal with it. So I hope say I don't make myself clear. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yap, for those words. I don't know if Comrade Walters has any more callers, and if not, let us do closing statements.
No, the second caller, I never addressed the concerns. Maybe Comrade Walter won't do that. He was talking about the numbers being underestimated, maybe. The number of people.
Yeah, actually, you mean the number of the dead?
Yes.
Yeah, so wait till I be understand. Yeah. I say he say Musa will get this number 20,000. Say they feel say it be underrepresented, so probably more people don't die, which is an interesting thing because we need to recognize.
I'll just get this caller before I make a word. Hello.
Okay.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, hello.
Yeah, please, can you talk now? We are hearing.
Okay, I just want to thank, I want to thank all the panelists on the here, and to add my voice for which way my brothers the way they don't come on the ground, they talk. But we'll get for also add the fact say the one reason why we La Republique and France they plunge we into poverty. One of the reasons we put we into poverty now we always create this chaos and always we inject their own instrument into our own instrument for create division. Because the fact say fighters and our population they do in some disagreement, it be caused by the French militias, the La Republique government of the world. Now one of the reasons is that with these people love and with internal enablers that they cause. So population they will advance this advocacy, no population on that.
Comrade Walter, sorry for please if you take note of that caller in number. Please, thank you.
That's what one is coming of the Pope for really like cover up the mafia where the Western world want to cover up for give advantage for Bia. So another the reason for all these things now because of what you get for West Africa, Ambazonia hold the largest wealth for West Africa. And there is a belief by these people that if we gain with independence, we'll give liberty for all countries the way they the other side. But that one no be concern. So now why that way they define all way? But see and say they put we down and put we for the same spot. So give the education to our people, may they know say now because of the wealth, where all these things prolong. So we are we give to take charge. If we not take charge for every other situation, now you will give them the upper hand to continue this maneuver where they start until 1950 something. This maneuver starts in 1950 something. So everything it goes now about resources. No matter what they play, no matter which game it go on, now about the resources where they want continue for the controller. So we supposed to take our resources hostage, even by telling everybody, may they know where to go now. I just want to end there and not the small talk that I just want to add because all these things end with our resources. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much. Very, very
Thank you so
inspiring.
much.
I think
Thank
I'll get
you.
back to you at some point.
Yeah.
That was very useful. Regarding the issue of the number, I think it was more about a kind of speculation, as I can say. But then we have as agenda to identify all the families in both the northern and southern road of Ambazonia at the end of this war, to know their family, to know all the members that have died. So through there, we were going to have an exact number because there are many of our people that have been killed that we don't know. Even recently, we have discovered that there is a mass grave in the Bamenda airport that they used to catch our people, go and kill them that we don't know. But we are going to investigate everything. No one soul is going to be missing. Just as the president has said, all the family members that have lost people, we shall reach out to them and we shall take care of that. And all of them shall be named. They shall have street names from the name of these heroes. So all these things now, people are thinking that maybe it is forgotten. No, 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 no. The president has made it very clear, and we are taking records to all them because at this moment there is nothing we can do. We only need to struggle. As soon as we liberate, then we'll have the structure now in place that will give us a free way now to go about to gather all what we are supposed to do to put them as data. So all these things is in the plan of action that we are going to execute them. And then the last caller too has really enlightened us. You see very well that our resources is something that is not only within, but without. So it's a whole network because you know very well that the institutions, especially the Roman Catholics we have been exercising here, they are gaining because of these resources. Don't forget that most of the gold banks that they took from different parts of the world is packed there. There's a lot of things that they have loot. So Southern Cameroon is not indifferent. The looting is not only through offerings, but also through natural resources. So it's a whole large scheme that they have put in place. So I'm very grateful that this program at least is really help people to be more informed. And we encourage that many of these scholars should always come up because I won't tell you a lie. Our ideas depends on their own contribution in order for all of us to be educated. That's why we open it. We can't tell you that we know better and we have everything. So no, 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 no. All the contribution you are making, one important thing, it is highly considered. So just stay blessed and always remain focused. I'm very sure that many scholars are still to call, but I'm not sure about the time.
Yeah,
Comrade
time on
Walter.
bole. Time the bole.
Okay, just a quick one. I just want to add to wait till Comrade Walter talk. I beg, would he beg again with people on the ground? And I know for these numbers, if you only hear that truth, the one the way they kill away with restoration forces they know about. A lot of killings they happen where we don't know. A lot of deaths that they happen for IDPs, for internally displaced, for people there that they maltreat them like slaves, that is sick, they don't even go for any hospital. So would the beg say if any of those things they happen, make somebody just write the name, write the picking papa name saying for this compound, for this village, just to put the dates them. One day we go collect all this data. And then if you know your LGA chair or you know
From
your county
Brazzaville.
chair, send that number for them.
Just a minute.
Send that number for them.
Okay, Dr. Yaya, very interesting one. There's one man calling right
Yes.
away from Brazzaville. He says he's following
Yes.
off the program. Please, we are listening. You are right. You are on now. Yeah, can you? We can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, I hear you quite well.
Yes. So you say, where are you calling?
Right. I'm calling from Brazzaville, Congo, Brazzaville.
Oh, interesting. All right.
Yes, I'm an Ambazonian. Yes.
Excellent. I'm sure you have some contribution, sir.
Yes, I would like to thank you first for your education. ABC is my favorite channel. I never miss it. I really appreciate what people are doing, but we can't fight a war. This thing is dragging because we have sympathy for the enemies who don't sympathize with us. Get them down and then the thing will get finished. Huh? We should go on them when we start attacking the civilians as we were talking. The rest will scare them, they will run away, and this thing will get finished. If we continue like this, we will reach 10 years. So that's my contribution.
No, very important.
Thank you, Dr. Yaya.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Yaya. Thank you, Dr. Mwambe and Comrade Waters.
Thank you.
I never miss. ABC is my favorite channel. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
grateful.
You're
We're really happy
Thank you.
that you can watch us from abroad. So that's really good. All right. So we keep in touch, please. I'm very happy for this useful contribution. So keep in touch, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Thank
You
you.
know, I want one quick thing. I beg my people in the way that they watch we. I know when I see Dr. Yaya, so he did like say he be gentle. But Ambazonia woman, they know the play. If you know defense way a woman then they handle no, you just understand. Say Dr. Yaya, he know how. Say he know how to talk diplomatically. Now we know it, we understand what it really means. So no mind all this talk we they make for television. So
No, make people they make them vex for down. You understand? We never tell una how for vex.
yes.
Una vex and do what you want supposed to do. While the restoration forces them, they know how to take care of business. But we
Yep.
will take all these concerns and back to the Department of Defense, though.
We just have one last caller. We just have one more caller again on Ground Zero. Maybe we just give him the space since time is running out. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon. Good evening, sorry.
Evening, comrade. You're welcome. We are now listening.
Yeah, I was speaking pidgin because I want everybody to understand.
Yeah, better.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Okay, I would thank you very much. I would thank you very much. I call from Ground Zero. The one Gabonese talk from Ground Zero. They spoke my ERS for Ground Zero.
Oh, Gabonese. Good
Papa.
So I've been very, very happy. I'm very, very happy, I want to tell all our Ambazonian people, say we the restoration forces will stand by and will make sure we deliver Ambazonia without fear and without favor. So I want to send this message. I will first of all thank the Catholic Church, but I will tell the Catholic Church, and I will tell Cardinal Tumi and Ambazonian people, so we will jointly denounce Catholic Church if they continue with their conspiracy to kill our people. They want to miss us in a life from Ground Zero. I've been at the school of ARS. We not going to tolerate the blood of our people being wasted, and the culture will come for do their parade. So make the so-called representative for Vatican take this message to the Pope. Say Mr. Paul Biya Bimvondo, when they kill our people. We get corpses now. We see them for mortuary where they kill them from Mautu. With the French Cameroon government don't hold those corpses. So I believe say all Ambazonians will come together now to denounce everything concerning the Catholic Church, because they are not serious. They only follow their money and they don't care about our people. Cardinal Tim go talk left, they go talk right, they go talk west, they go talk east to me. So I want to send a message more and no say this, so we get them call for Ground Zero. I will not go take them easy for the Roman Catholic Church, because they don't always show their side of evil against our people. I talk it because I there for Ground Zero. I am a fighter. I am a coordinator. I'm doing my best to make sure that we free our homeland. So we have to take this very serious. We all Ambazonians, we're not Catholic Christians. We need to tell that so-called the person in Cambodia represent the Pope. Because Mr. Paul Biya is a member of the Catholic Church. I remember I said Mr. Paul Biya, I said the grow, every going to be a catechist or priest, something like that. So he find himself in politics, I decided to kill our people in collaboration with the France. And to me, when I'm Ambazonian citizen, you don't accept to kill our people, but can't talk rubbish, say the restoration forces and Nigerians. I want to tell all Ambazonians, say all of us who will fight from all land will be Ambazonian citizen, born and bred. And I'm making me know say, before this war, they don't call we to be Brafians. But we are not Brafians. We are Saudi Cameroonian Ambazonia. We leave Nigeria and we join those fools called French Cameroon. They killing the kill people, they're not going to. So our restoration force, they stand by. I will make sure we monitor all, we observe everything. Enemy will violate our Monday's lockdown. It will go for any activities. Will be caught up by French Cameroon. That person will go house with bullet. I promise I will do our best to make sure we will keep Ambazonia free and safe for our people. I will fight for the next 100,000 years until we get independent. No more, no less.
Excellent.
Amen. Praise not take 100 years.
So great, man.
Walter, I
You
beg.
see, yeah, speak with a lot of authority. This is good. Yeah.
Walter, is
Yeah.
Governor Sidi on the phone?
Unfortunately, let me see.
We get some question for you, but if you don't go, no problem.
Yeah. Governor, I think you still follow up. I think if it come up, if you really need it, because the line just mistakenly go off.
We just want to ask you, say, how you assess the ghost town being a coordinator of Ground Zero?
Doctor, hold on. Governor, Dr. Yaya has a question for you.
Yeah.
So, my brother, thank you so much. All our respects. Enough, thank you. A quick question. How you assess the ghost town, the lockdown in Bamenda? And number two, we get a concern from a comrade from Ground Zero where he talks, say, we fighters and don't get a good relationship with the community. And this one, a relationship we will get for really build on, because we know, say, La Republique, like one of our smart sisters in just talk, that he used this point for really fight against this.
I talk like one of the fighters, great fighters indeed, and the spokesman of ARF for Ground Zero. Everybody knows me, and the French Cameroon is doing his best to bring us down. I want to tell for the entire Comoros, our fighters, restoration forces, they get 100% good relation with their civilians. It's just that, most of our fighters are not trained, and we do our best to coach from them, to make sure they meet the demand of the population. It just depends on few individuals who are not restoration forces, but they take that privilege to intimidate people. The real Ambazonian fighters, restoration fighters, they need to intimidate. ARFs, they intimidate. Those are fake fighters intimidating. And when we fight two fronts, when we fight like public military, and when we fight enablers. So we did with the middle. It's really easy. But so here say you don't go attack some man, say the ARF, before we reach for that baby difficult because you get covered on the road because the military they with us, we too will fight the military. So I beg the population to calm down. When we don't get Ambazonia, we'll get a good national army and a good national police. So for now, stay for war. So anyone will be very, very careful. Very, very careful because we get so many Antanya boys around. We do so atrocity people as an Ambazonian forces. For me, at the top where I am, we are fighting. I will make sure that they intact. So there is nothing like civilian and the population are having differences. It depends on who and where you find yourself. But I believe that those ones that fight against population, they are tired of the sponsor or they are enablers, sponsors. But restoration forces, when they fight for Saudi Cameroon independence, they fight genuine fight and they respect civilians and they work accordance with the Ambazonian law.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think that clarifies a lot of things.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
so if we talk about ghost town, something like that.
Closing statements, please. The music did for background.
If you observe very well, as you can already Bamenda for now, just they around. If you observe very well, and FACO have done a tremendous job for this chant. And I don't hear how the FACO restoration forces, They do their best. They do their best for the year. So at the end of the day, we're there for total tactic of fighting. We don't know, we will not even tell the way to attack or how to attack, but the result will come out. So now here for nation force in the day ahead. We will not say this fight a genuine fight of Amazonia, and we will make sure for the next 100,000 years we will deliver this country, nothing more, nothing less. For that, we don't give our lives for this struggle and we will end up. So I'm vexing me all Amazonia from Catholic Church, may they denounce the conspiracy of Katnantumi, otherwise, Catholic will show the consequences of Ground Zero. For that one, I tell you the truth.
Thanks very, very much, Governor.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
People, I think most of the listeners are so inspired now. Yeah.
Okay, closing statement, Dr. Yaya, closing statement.
I don't want anyone to talk say this. So make our community for house. All our young guys from at the age of 16 to 45, 50, make them be very vigilant because some of we are very vigilant. We know say French Cameroon, we know be able to fight this war. We they out about destroy, about kill our civilians and our citizens. So let our youth be much more vigilant than before because now is the time moment. So our nation force do them too. They know say we fight a war. Let them avoid occasions, etc. So we need to make sure say we defend our national territory until independence comes. This is Amazonia, and Amazonia remain forever. Nothing will change. Nothing will change.
Great. Thanks very, very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Excellent. All right. We look
forward. Statements. Thank you, Amazonia, once again. See you next week. And we just want to reiterate what you got. President talk. Lockdown continues in Bamenda till further notice. Tomorrow they go tell we where we're supposed to do. And we don't hear at all. For those who church goers, when I pray for house, when I forget that thing say God didn't for church. God don't leave church because we say church do thing where God actually want them. So one just thank when and more than not forget the president is special outing every month. Ask the president. So that will be coming probably next week or the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned. Thank you. Stay strong. And till we meet in Boya. And one last thing, again, a particular minute of a moment of honor for Honorable Daniel, a brilliant soldier in diplomacy. And also, we remember General Chacha from Bui. He was killed, a year ago. Today, I think, was the day he was buried, I think. And all our, heroes who are fallen heroes, and also the recent massacres in Motu and the ones in Bamenda, we honor you. And that's why we're going to stand. And I'm asking my co-panelists to stand up as we sing the national anthem after Comrade Walter says his closing statement. Thank you.
Just to thank everybody, and we are grateful that you have been able to give us feedback, which is exactly what we want, because this program is like Ground Zero meet the presidency. So through this way, we can get your ideas, and from there we can foster ahead and try to understand what we should do, because everything depends on Ground Zero. So we are really happy for this feedback and also for the call. Even now that I'm talking, there are still callers, but unfortunately we cannot take the calls again because of the time. The next week is another time. And as Comrade Yaya has already mentioned, this is your regular program that is coming up every 8 p.m. Amba time. And other dignitaries shall be coming, excluding the president. So just to make it snappy, we just want to thank you all and looking forward again for the next edition. And thank our panelists.
My fellow Ambazonians, especially the Revolution Forces, I want to, give my closing remarks by taking them from the Bible itself. For those of you who went to church or who did not go to church today, please go to Proverbs 17:15. Proverbs 17:15 says, "He who justifies the wicked and he who condemns the just, both of them alike are an abomination to the Lord." Last statement comes from Psalms 35, 1-3, and I paraphrase this, we Ambazonians. Psalms 35, 1-3 says, "Contend, O Lord, with those who contend with Ambazonia. Take hold of Pumpkin and AK and rise up to liberate Ambazonia. Draft also to support the IG County LGA system to defeat those who pursue Ambazonia. O Lord, say to my soul, I am your salvation." God bless you, Ambazonia, land of freedom.
Brilliant, brilliant. Shall we rise? In honor of our
Yes.
We the Amazonian special loyalty, praises to our Savior who granted us our freedom, allegiance to the hero who bowed the Lord with Diablo. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in our nation, flowing with earth and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.
Everybody